Right then, so this video is a bit different. This is on buying a second-hand drone. Okay, so you've decided you want a drone, you don't want to buy a new one. Could you save some money? Are you upgrading? Are you changing? Are you going to sell your drone? So let's do buying a drone first. Okay, now my main advice is with this is go and see the drone you're buying. Okay, and go on a day where there's little wind. You can take it out and it can be given a test flight. Okay, so for example, you go to look at a Phantom 4 or a Mavic. With a Mavic, you'll unfold it, you'll check it out. With the Phantoms, you'll be checking for no damage, everything's working. Okay, you need to see an aircraft fly, in my advice. You know, just make sure that it's looking in good condition, the batteries are good, transmitter, okay, is holding its charge. Make sure there's nothing wrong with the transmitter, okay. Now, if you buy the Plus version of Phantom 4s, okay, where it has its built-in screen, again, go out, take the aircraft with you, take it out, give it a flight, take some photos, take some video. If you can, go with a laptop so you can watch it back from the SD card. Okay, just checking that it is doing what it's meant to be doing, recording correctly. Okay, there's nothing worse than you see a deal, you go, oh, I'll buy that. Now, if you pay with PayPal, make sure you do not pay with family and friends. Okay, make sure you pay the full thing through PayPal, get your protection that you need. It's very easy for stuff to go missing in the post, and there are people that will rip you off. So the other bit is, if you don't see it fly, so you've seen it on eBay, you've bidded, you've got it, it comes to you, you take it out, charge it up, take it out, and it's not flying as it should do, and it's got an issue, you've got very little recourse back to the seller, because the seller will go, well, when I sent it, it was working fine. So you've got to see them fly, in my opinion. Okay. If I was to buy a second-hand Phantom 4, for example, unless it's someone I know and trust, I would literally go. I don't care if I've got to travel 50 miles. It's worth it. Go see it, fly it. Make sure it does its return to home right. Make sure it's not doing anything crazy. You know, give it a couple of flights if you want to. Okay. Now, which drone is the best drone to buy second hand? There's no such thing as a best to buy second hand. How much should you be paying? Depends how many batteries it's got. Depends on its flight time, its hours. You know, this one here has done 85 hours. It's got 5 batteries. Each battery is 168 quid. But what would I get for it second hand? I reckon I'd get maybe 700 to 800 pounds, if that. Okay, it is a very fickle market. It's a buyer's market. You know, if I was buying today, depending on what you want to do, if it's for fun and we're in the middle of nowhere, you know, you really want a Mavic, probably Mavic 2 Pro is the best one to buy out of Mavics. You know, I would settle with a Mavic Pro 1 if I just wanted hobby fun. Okay, if I needed it to be for the A2 CFC and I needed it to be under 500 grams, you know, the Mavic Air version 1 or the Parrot Anafi are the two that I would look at. There is, of course, the Mavic Mini to look at and the Mavic Mini 2. It's such a varied market, it's no best. But the thing you must do, if you buy second hand, okay, you must look at the aircraft itself, okay? Check it over, looking for defects, damage and anything else. You must take it out and go fly it with the seller. Test the return to home, okay? Make sure it's doing what it says on the tin. Make sure it takes a photo correctly. Make sure it does its video correctly. If you don't, you're leaving yourself wide open, okay, for that moment where you buy it, you've not done anything, it's got a problem, you have no recourse, okay? Especially if you pay cash. So always, okay, always give it the once over. Now, if you're selling a drone, so if you're going to sell your drone, how do you price your drone? Pricing your drone is very simple. Go on to Gumtree and go on to eBay, okay, and look at Facebook Marketplace. Look at what is being sold, okay, look at how much they're going for, and from there it gives you a rough guide, okay. I would always say put maybe 50 to 80 pounds more than you want, okay, and be prepared to take a bit of a knock, okay. It's like selling anything, we all know we're going to get knocked down a bit. Make sure you clean your aircraft, make it as presentable as you can. A clean aircraft is a lot better. Take any silly stickers you've got off it, take the operator ID off it, okay, so my operator ID is under here, so I'll just take that off, that'll be gone. Check your controllers, everything, clean it. When you go to sell it, if you can, tell the buyer you want them to come and see it fly. If you're confident in your aircraft is good enough to fly and work, you should have no qualms in going to, well, before you pay your money, come and see it fly, have a go. You know, I've got a local park, I've got a local area I can go to. Well, go take it for a fly, you can test it out. That is a good seller, because they're getting you, the buyer, right, or you're a good seller because you want the buyer to come to you to give it the once over. Okay, so that's what you want to be doing. You know, is there anything to watch out for when buying? Again, making sure everything's good. When selling, making sure your batteries are fully charged. Check your cycles, okay? So plug it into the app, charge up your battery, you know, charge your batteries fully up. Make sure. Check the propellers are all in good condition, okay? And if you can, get out and fly your aircraft before you sell it. Take some nice photos of it actually flying, okay? That's not a bad thing either. Or do a little video if you're the seller. It will help the buyer go, okay, I can see the aircraft flies, okay? But it's a double-edged sword, okay? Buying second hand is not as good as buying new. So you just got to be careful. The more batteries you get with it, the better. If you're the seller, the more batteries you're selling with it, the better, okay? It's very tricky buying second hand. I mean, I buy a few second hand bits. Typically, I'll buy a model plane or model helicopter second hand. I will literally go and give the aircraft a once over. With a model plane, I don't expect them to fly it. It's not the same as a drone. I will give it a once over. I'll check it. I'll bring it home. I'll assemble it at home. Check it over. Take it down the club. Put the receiver in it. Do some in the transmitter. Set it up and fly it. And it's got two choices at that point. It's either going to come back or I've got a bag of balsa. Yes, I fly balsa planes, by the way, not typically old foamies. I do fly the old foamy, but, you know, typically balsa. So, yes, when buying and selling drones, okay, if you're buying, check out Facebook, Marketplace, eBay and Gumtree. They're three main go-to sites, okay? If you're selling, go there, check out the pricing, look at your drone, look what they're selling for, see where you fit into that area, okay, price accordingly, okay. Be honest with everything, make sure your drone, give it a clean down, take any stickers off it, like I said, if you're selling. If you're buying, don't buy it if someone's written with a permanent marker on it, their operator ID. Although actually, if you want to do something naughty, leave their operator ID, you've got their name, haven't you, and you've got the address, go and do whatever you want now. No, I didn't say that, don't do that. They'll get in trouble, don't do that. So make sure you take operator ID off if you're the seller. That's probably one of the most important bits. Okay? Make sure the sticks are good. When you're pushing right, the drone moves right. When it's left, forwards, backwards. And that's it really. Okay? It's just a quick little buying and selling, what to watch out for. Okay? That's it. There's nothing more.